Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
Hello, everyone. Hello to those who are on the Zoom with me, and hello to anyone who's on Facebook. Here we are. We'll spend 10 to 15 minutes meditating, pulling back into self, which is a very private, in some ways a self-serving mode, but by pulling back into self, we also reconnect with all other organisms and all other life forces and the universe itself. So it's both a very personal and singular moment for us because we experience it just in our own consciousness, and it somehow connects us to everyone and everything. And today is going to be our last meditation in the Omer, which means the last day on which we are focusing on the spiritual guide to the Omer. And we are in the last week, obviously, of the 7. That week is Malchut, kingship, royalty. It's also understood as the place where we go up and the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, comes down and we meet there. It's the realm of Shekhinah, of God's feminine presence, where we are partners with the divine in that moment. And Knesset Yisrael, we as the gathering of Israel, are both the apple of God's eye, and also God is present with us in that realm. So when we think of Malchut from a human perspective, we think about what about us is royal, what about us is godly and divine, what about us is big. And then we are in the 5th day of the 7th week of the Omer, which means that we are in Hod Sheba Malchut. And Hod is humility, smallness. So Hod Sheba Malchut ends up being a bit of a paradox. The smallness of the bigness, the humility of the grandeur, the infinitesimal humanity of the part of us that aspires to something more divine. And that's where we're going to be going on this meditation. So if you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes and start to settle. Kind of watch your own spirit rejoin and reanimate your body. You might feel a tingling in different parts of your body that are awake, or are getting your attention, or that you're bringing your attention to. You might feel a deadening. There are parts of our body that are not yet awake today, that are just feeling slumbering and heavy. Whatever you are feeling, try to feel it. I know that sounds like a tautology, but try to feel what you are feeling. Be aware of the sensations, whatever they are. Just be curious about them. Look at them almost as a third-party observer, even as you are experiencing them. Oh, look, my body feels this way. Oh, look, I'm tending in this direction. Just observe with an open curiosity and sink and fall and fly and soar, all at the same time. Using your breathing as a moreh derech, as a guide to bring you down deeper and deeper and deeper, deeper into your personhood, into your mind, into your neshama, into your uniqueness. We try also to have this experience expand us and connect us across time and space to others whom we don't know, who are reaching and striving, and maybe even meditating this very moment. Conjure the coincidence of someone who might be meditating right now, not because they are in this Friday pre-Shabbat meditation, but because they are doing it somewhere and somehow else. In which case we are all swimming in that same source without even knowing it. Malchut, royalty, grandeur, power, authority, the apex. We're on top as high as we can go. In what moments or zones do I have malchut? Am I cloaked in royal garb by myself or by others? And what does it feel like to wield that scepter? Have the ability to thumbs up or thumbs down, and our word will be deed. To be Baruch She'amar Va'ya Olam, as we describe God. Zones where we speak, and what we want happens. Every human has a realm of malchut. Some have more, some have less. Every human, every yid gets to that place on the ladder where we meet God and where we emulate God. What does it feel like? How do you sustain it? How did you get there? Hod shebemalchut. Hod is our smallness, our humility, our nothingness, our non-mattering. Does Hod have a place even and especially in our malchut? Can I be gracious and humble even as I lord over my fiefdom? Do I realize ultimately how little I or it matters in my royal moments? Do I believe the hype and drink my own Kool-Aid when I am crowned with malchut? Or do I know that even then I'm a simple, modest, humble citizen of this earth? Hod shebemalchut. smallness in bigness, humility overlaid with grandeur, the servant playing the role of royal. Our servants deserve more regality, and our royals need more humility. Hod Shebamalchut. Hod Shebamalchut. Hod Shebamalchut. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and I'll share my screen and we'll say the closing meditation prayer together. And we say this through 3 times. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. I say to you all, Shalom and Namaste and Shabbat Shalom.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.